What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, it's Leanne. We're getting blissed out with a community heart-based podcast series. This is number 21 with my beautiful friend Greg Birring on the other side. Hi, Greg.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome. And community, we're just sharing some beautiful things that I've come across. I mean, me and Greg have been friends for over 11 years. We've recently just made a venture into working at Kick It Martial Arts and looking into combining a beautiful healing center in our community. So what I've been learning for the last month is a lot of amazing things about Greg. And I know some of my friends were asking me, they've been interested to hear more about TIR. They've been interested to know how they can grow with us, how they can fly with us. So a little bit about Greg. I'm going to read his bio out for us. Master Greg Birring is a 5-dan black belt of Olympic-style Taekwondo. He started martial arts at the age 12 and achieved his first black belt at the age 16. With over 33 years of practice, he has delivered classes in several martial art locations for over a decade, a healer and national competitor. His bachelor's in business has helped him build a great foundation and client base in the community, and he continues to educate himself as a student of life. He is passionate about working with all age groups to develop confidence, discipline, character, focus, and respect, which provides instant positive feedback to the individual and surroundings. So these are just like powerful words in his bio, but it's a reality at Kick It. So Greg, tell us a little bit about your journey. I mean, we have a timeline where you started in the States and then you came to Canada. Tell us a little bit about, all the martial arts and your black belt theories.
So yeah, I trained in the States. I started age 12 in Taekwondo and got to compete and travel, did some judo and some other arts, but most of my focus was mainly on Taekwondo and competition for quite a while, through the college age, and then helped run a couple schools there in America, and then moved here with my family about 12 years ago, and then looked for a Taekwondo school that I wanted to put my kids in, couldn't find one, and then I was like, we might as well create one. So yeah, did.
It's pretty powerful. And I mean, raising your family, jumping from the States into Canada, different dynamics, different culturals, things, and then still that steady thing that I feel is really important, audience, to know about what I've learned in the last month, actually, other than having a friend in Greg for over a decade. It was 2011 that we met, and having this beautiful relationship from a meditation friend is really seeing what he's providing in the community. In the community, he's really dividing that daily interaction with children ages up 4 up to adults in coaching and leading with now TIR, with the confidence, discipline, character, focus, and respect. And that's providing instant positive feedback. So a lot of the energy that's at Kick It, it has like an energy bubble. I've been noticing that feeling where I'm coming in, I'm like, a beautiful inhalation, the energy that he's driving, he's really trying his best through his own personal life, gifts and discipline to offer that to the community. Greg, maybe we can talk a little bit about how you've worked with kids, and your mission in the community and helping and connecting, developing leaders, and how that's had an effect on you and them.
So yeah, we basically created a school that allowed teenagers and volunteers to uh, help other kids. So we have close to 400 kids training. So we wanted to create a center where teenagers could come and learn leadership and public speaking and guiding kids through Taekwondo. So we have about a 5,000 square foot facility where we're allowed to facilitate or teach multiple classes at the same time. So we have like sometimes four or five different small groups of classes going on where teenagers are helping facilitate and learn how to communicate and lead other kids to Taekwondo practice. So, yeah.
Mm. And then there's also that leadership too, like where you have your black belt students, actually you hire them in order to be a part of your team, right?
Yeah, so we have about 12 to 13 staff members that are all 95% brought up through our system, right? So they trained with us as kids, and now they're in college or starting college, and they're also working for us, teaching what they learned as well, giving back to the community.
How did the children you find, like, so you have children that go from it's 1 day, 2 day, and 3 days. How does the leadership help them improve? And like, what are the things that you guys do with leadership?
So leadership is a program designed for kids that, want more than just Taekwondo. So if they want to learn, how to lead and how to, lead themselves, and then also um, working on their communication skills, public speaking, body posture, nonverbal, verbal communication. They get to actually practice it on a weekly basis, and then they also learn, different things that I've learned over the years with Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor and other mentors of mine.
So you have a ton of mentors. Let me talk a little bit about that. So moving in from the children having the impact of, first of all, the art of Taekwondo, because the basis of the Taekwondo, like all behind you, you have leader, attitude, black belt, all these things are significantly in front of them that you're utilizing, that your staff is utilizing, and the difference when a child walks in and then when they leave, and then moving that into like how you're helping now adults also with business or with development. We can move our communication a little bit into that, because I highly recommend people in the community to check out Kick It website, also to come in for an experience, because any age from age 4 up to adults, the later ages, anywhere, any age in between those, there's availability in your schedule, right?
Yeah, so we just launched a strength and conditioning program for adults, and we're mixing in some kickboxing, some boxing, and then also some lightweight training and kettlebells, and catering it for the adult population for older teens and adults, and we're really super excited about that. And then we also do some business training for adults that are looking to improve business or get into business or learn more about. Um, it's a program called Thinking into Results from Bob Proctor from Proctor Gallagher Institute. So I became a consultant for them last year. So I'm facilitating their courses for people that are interested in learning more about the kind of the thinking process on creating your dreams and wishes and reality type of thing, right? So
So you did your Tony Robbins work, and then how did that have an impact on you? How did that, like, is it still daily affecting you? How does it happen for you? Like, how does this all happen with Tony Robbins?
yeah, so Tony Robbins, actually I've been studying Tony for a long time. So I started back in like 93, off and on. And then last year after, or a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted to get back into self-development. And I decided to like really take a larger dive into the Tony Robbins world. And I ended up doing um, pretty much all of his classes. So I did life mastery, business mastery, wealth mastery, date with destiny, UPW, and um, some of the classes I did multiple times. So I ended up really diving deep and then trying to absorb all the information. And I think a lot of it was like overwhelmed, but um, now it's slowly starting to go up in my world as far as the shifts and the changes that he makes with his programs.
So all the mental states are coming into a state. You're preparing also children through that and their leadership too, using some of those methodologies to teach the children, and just gearing them up in order to lead with confidence and use their voice. That's what I'm seeing when I'm there. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, the impact that's having on kids.
Yeah, so we created a leadership program, and I took a lot of the different concepts that I've learned over the years and try to implement it into a program that the kids can take, learn, and then slowly implement. Whether it's body posture, or it's speaking with good voice tonality, or um, whatever it is for them, right? So we have different age groups. So depending on the age group and the individual, what they're needing to kind of go to the next level. But program really helps kids kind of get out of their comfort zone, and then also to use their voice with power type thing.
So, parents, if parents are watching this too, I think a really important thing is every day we're changing. And what I see when I'm with Greg, and I really feel like that second voice there now that I'm assisting him, is like he'll be in a moment and where his staff will be in a moment. And this leadership, it's like holding space of what a child comes in within that moment. He uses the tools to help guide them through their next moment of leadership. So I feel like there's a standard as to how you're teaching, but then there's also being in the moment. Maybe talk a little bit about being in the moment with the children and even adults.
So yeah, I mean, we're constantly trying to take like baby steps in the direction that they want to go. So on a daily basis, I try to work with the volunteers and also the assistant instructors on just small improvements daily towards the direction that they want to go, whether it's related to teaching or if it's in their personal life. We basically they investing in us, and so we're trying to invest back in them on being leaders in the communities.
Mm.
uh, Works out pretty well. As far as the adults are concerned, I mean, we have a 6-month program that we do called Thinking into Results, and it's designed to really help get clear on the individual's goal, find out exactly what an individual is looking to do and accomplish, and then helping them, get rid of the barriers that might be stopping them from reaching their fullest potential.
With a mindset. So the TIR, so we'll talk a little bit about, like, I know we've done lesson one a couple times. Why don't we go through just a little bit of detail so that the audience can hear the words or the paradigm shift, a worthy ideal, and setting and achieving a worthy goals. So why don't you talk about how that's affected your life, your business, and how it's helping others?
Yeah, so when I got involved with the program, I ended up having some really good success right away after I did lesson one. I was able to get clear on what I wanted, and I had done some prep work and done some research on the program, and so I really wanted to get involved. And then when I got involved, they had us do some writing exercises, um, making a couple lists of like personal desires, personal goals, and then also business goals. And then they had us narrow down the goals to kind of a couple basic ideas, right? And then the concept is that you work on that one idea or concept, and then and focus on it. So I ended up focusing on it, and then I got really good results. Like within 24 hours, like stuff started to happen, and change happened and growth happened. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Is that fast? And it really, it's all about clarity, and when you get clear on what you want, and it becomes easier for you to achieve what you want. And that started to happen really fast. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And then deeper I went into the material, I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. And I want to have it. And then I want to be able to share it with people. So I ended up investing in getting a license agreement to share the program with. That's what we're doing. So
That's wonderful. Yeah, so that's happening, audience, every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock, where we have about 6 people now that are dedicated to showing up and that want to sketch out, new parts of their life, new parts of their adventure. It's also Monday nights, so we have a morning and a night that's available. And if you would like to know more details about that, you can always direct message myself or Greg. And I feel we could talk a little bit more, Greg, about the shock in the changes and the growth in the changes and how to work with that, because I feel what's really important, audience, is that Greg is a master of Taekwondo, so a black belt, and how many black belts he's offered in the community. And that's a long-standing time. So first of all, taking a class with him for that, I think I highly recommend. And that in the modalities of the other aspects of, you did pranic healing for a while too. So why don't you talk about the 10 years of your pranic healing? So these modalities that make Greg who he is, makes him a great coach. First of all, using Bob Proctor's work, using Tony Robbins and stuff, there's life embedded in him. Not only that I know as a friend, but the results that I see in his business, 400 kids, right? And that's generating leads upon leads upon leads in the community. And whether 14,000 are following him right now on social media, I was looking at his social media, it's still an energy that people love. So the foundation of what he's got is rooted in life experience in order to help you through TIR. So, Greg, why don't we talk a little bit about your pranic healing too, because the importance of coming back to part of your story would help people see, you know, other than your bachelor's in business, what did you do? 10 years of pranic healing, right?
Yeah, so I was introduced to pranic healing pretty young, and I was able to um, work with Master Co and travel and learn from him about the healing arts, and also his teacher as well, Master Choa, actually. And then yeah, so for about 10 years I got to learn. Didn't really get to apply it on, I used it for my own personal life and for, you know, different things that came up in my world. But recently I've been um, taking a deeper dive into their meditations and being consistent with it. And um, the results have been really, really, really amazing, like almost night and day. And I thought I was doing the work, but I wasn't doing the work. And until just recently when I started getting real consistent with it. So now I pretty much wake up and do my 30-minute meditation, and the results are like, for me, like my mental state and my well-being, like night and day difference, um, as far as feeling better and just having more energy and connecting with more people, and yeah, good shifts have happened.
It's good. And I really feel like that's what's in your training. Just being in a couple of your classes with what Bob Proctor had to offer is like that state that Tony Robbins talked about, that state that Bob Proctor is trying to keep us in. You're in that state with your pranic healing and your Taekwondo. So you have the ability as a great coach to not only work on yourself, because it takes working on yourself in order to help others, but to show the results of how fast things can come and what you've learned from it and how you can help others. So that's another highlight that I really feel is important for the people coming into TIR that are interested in learning about a worthy, ideal goal. Is just walking with Greg as a coach, because he's played around with these long enough, has seen enough success long enough in order to provide that to the community. And that's what makes us all even better masters of life, is what can we do with our own personal selves to offer that to others. Anything else you want to talk about, Greg, or you want to just invite the community to share time? Tuesday mornings and Monday evenings are our time slots right now for TIR. We are also doing a meditation Tuesday morning prior to it. Anybody else that want to come and join us, you're more than welcome. Anything else you want to leave us with there, Greg?
No, I think that's pretty good. I mean, I, I these programs like the meditation, I mean, anybody who comes is going to enjoy it. The Bob Proctor program is amazing. A little bit of work you got to do on yourself, and a lot of writing exercises. But um, when I first went through the program, I had a bunch of wishes and dreams that I wanted to share with people in the environment that we have, but nothing really shifted. It was just like it was there, the concept was there, the ideas were there. And now looking at what we have going on at the school, we have all those shifts are coming into like physical and material form. And it's like, oh my gosh, like last year I was hoping for this. Now it's happening. And it's like we have 3 or 4 programs getting launched. We're having more and more people that are interested in working with us to, continue what we're doing, but also share kind of ideas and concepts related to different arts, and it's all coming together very nicely. So um, I just look forward to sharing it with more people. So if there's more people that are interested, I would love to connect and see if there's a fit there. So yeah.
I think the highlight that just came to me is the golden rule, and the golden gift of this friendship has allowed this also to flower. So I encourage people, you know, if you're looking for a golden state, if you want to feel that aliveness, that clarity, the tools that are at Kick It right now, the foundational tools of not only the mastery of black belt, first of all, is a lot of discipline in using that attitude every day. Second of all, the ability to come in and share meditation with us, and then your business mastery with the paradigm shift, and all those wonderful modalities that we're here to share, to offer, and to present. So Greg, I commend you for your ability to think that into manifestation. We're here now to make sure that other people find us. And community, that anybody is watching this video, please direct message myself or Greg so that we can get you into coming in for your moment with us, experiencing Kick It, experiencing a Tuesday morning or a Monday evening. And we're so happy to offer that. And anything else you want to say there, my friend?
I think that's it.
All right.
Look forward to meeting you guys.
Yeah, we look forward to meeting anybody who has a chance to see this, and make sure you direct message. The links will be below, and see you soon.